Welcome to Potion Sword Run. In this episode, we're going to be geeking out on some controllers coming out from Atari for this generation consoles. Now, yes, Atari is coming out with controllers for the Nintendo Switch, for Xbox, and for the PlayStation 5. Atari branded controllers. I don't understand, but here they go. You know me, a controller, not fanatic, enthusiast. I would say I like to look at other controllers, and if something tickles my fancy and is reasonable in price, I usually bite. I was looking at these. I just came across my feed accidentally on the Twitter, and I went to go check them out, and they look pretty cool, to tell you the truth. Now they all have different unique characteristics. If you look at the PlayStation 5, I think this one looks pretty cool. It looks custom. It looks awesome. It reminds you of Atari. It has all that wood grain going across the bottom. Has all the different Atari colors. Have the little orange on the little knob type of things. It looks awesome. It looks great. I have no complaints about this one. It's similar to the Nintendo Switch one, the Pro controller. You have a little bit of wood grain on the bottom as well. The same features again, on the front. It looks like an Atari controller, but, Nintendo Switch one. And if you turn it around on the Nintendo Switch one, it has wood grain. It looks a little bit darker. This picture is one provided from Atari, and I'm not sure if it's just dark in the picture, or if it's going to be dark as it is in the picture. But this is the way it looks in the front and the way it looks in the back. Again, I have no complaints about this. I wish the wood would be a little bit more, lighter than what is in the picture, especially when you compare it to the Xbox one. Now you look at the Xbox controller. I think the front plate of the Xbox controller is the less Atari looking. It looks okay. I wish it would have more wood grain on the front of the Xbox controller somewhere. But where it does make up for it is obviously in the back, where it's just full of wood grain. And I wish the Nintendo Switch one was that prominent in color as well. Maybe it is. It doesn't look like it is. When you look at the PlayStation 5 controller, the front obviously has prominent wood grain. In the back, it has a little. It has actually nothing in the back. It's plain black and just has its grip and stuff. So the back just looks awful on the PlayStation 5 controller. I guess they made up for it for the front plate, and then for the Xbox one, they made up for it in the back side of the controller. And the Nintendo one is just the even one. I don't know. But either way, I think if you're an Xbox fan and an Atari fan, like you're not a boomer or Gen Xer, if you started playing with the Atari and and television and those type of generation, the first generation consoles, I guess it was first generation, right? If you start with the first generation of consoles, the Atari and so on, then and you still play video games now, you have a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox or a Switch, then these are definite buys. Like if I was 10 years older and I grew up with the the Atari as my main console, then I would definitely get this. Like the one that I really liked for the PlayStation was when they made the PlayStation 1 throwback to it. Even though I didn't have one, it was very nostalgic because I remember the PlayStation 1 when it first came out. I didn't buy a PlayStation 1 PlayStation 5 controller. But that one is like, I like that throwback for me because that was like my generation. If they did something for like even the Steam Deck, the Steam machines, the Nintendo Cube lookalikes, that's definitely up my alley because again, that's like my generation where I grew up. So I could definitely see, Gen Xers and Boomers buying these controllers and putting them as part of their collection. And I wouldn't mind actually having that as part of my collection too. But like I said, the Xbox one, the front, it's okay, but I don't when you look at the price of these, they're pretty expensive, and for that price, I don't think it's worth it, not for me. But they do look pretty good. The PlayStation 1, it's still expensive as hell, and I understand because they're limited edition, and it's from Atari. They're not like a big ass. They are a big ass company, but you know what I mean. They're still not there. They're still trying to make it. They're just having their renaissance right now. Their rebirth, should we say? So, this is I don't know. This is cool to see, right? Like Atari releasing controllers for other consoles, but making it look like the wood grain 2600 Atari. I mean, Atari's on a roll right now. They recently released the freaking Game Station Go, which is a good idea as well. I mean, reasonably priced as well for the for the way it looks. The presentation it has. They released that Pac-Man Atari recently. I'm not sure if they're still shipping problems with it, but they're on a roll right now. And these controllers are just like, I don't know who's their product manager over there or who's like thinking about the new ideas or the team, but yeah, I think they're doing an awesome job, and they're staying relevant with next gen, this gen, so who knows what they're gonna come up with next. So it's like, I'm like, who would have thought being excited for Atari in 2025, especially after all they've been through as a company, like going under, reselling, restructuring, and it seems like finally now they're like hitting their stride. So I really hope that that they do well with these controllers and they do well with the consoles and they can deliver on their products, on their promises, and I hope I wish them well. Like, yes, more products for geeks and gamers out there alike. Let's do a hair or something attacking me. I'm all for that, man. So like, I definitely praise companies that are able to just deliver products that are for gamers and are actually pretty cool. I'm not sure if it's a ripoff though, because it is a lot of money, but price value is in the eye of the beholder, as they say. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about the controller. If you guys think the PlayStation one and the Switch one are way better than the Xbox one, which I do. If you wish the backs were inner swapped, because I think the PlayStation back being plain sucks. I need some wood grain in there as well. Maybe just like where the battery, I don't know if it has a battery slot. I don't think it does. But you know what I mean, like in the back side of it, maybe some little wood grain there just to keep it uniform all throughout. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about the controllers, if it's up your alley or if it just costs too much. For me, it costs too much. Especially for like I said, the Xbox One, which the front doesn't look so, Atari-ish compared to the other two. But let me know what you guys think. I'm going to leave it right there. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Remember, always be kind to yourself and enjoy your life. And I'll meet you right there. Peace.